soul peeps. Angel of the Dawn, back with another divine masculine collective message. Hope everybody's doing fabulous out there. Shout out to all of my new and existing subscribers. You guys freaking rock, and I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being here and supporting me on my channel. And went to the river today and did some grounding. Didn't spend a lot of time there because I took Pepper, my dog, which doesn't like exercise at all. But you guys hear her when she sleeps and breathes, you know, and exists. She's always snoring and snorting. So, you know, heat or exercise or anything that makes her breathe heavier, she doesn't take to very well. And then I took Lido, the foster semi-adopted dog. We started fostering her last October. If you guys have been on the channel, you've heard that story, so I won't retell it. But anyway, she's a little min pin, and she is a lot more hyper. She's way younger, and she wants to go, go, go. So I had one that don't want to exercise, and then one that, you know, wants to go, go, go. So it was like constant pool. So we didn't spend a lot of time down there. But I did get some grounding in. Always feels nice to be at one of my grounding spots. I have several out and about. Alright, so Divine Masculine. Three of Shields in reverse. King of Cauldrons. Could be them walking away from a situation, a contract, a commitment, even a marriage. Shit. Okay, that one went there. Wait, actually, I don't know which one. I think that one. Then that one. Got ash. Always have ash all over the table. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. And this could be this commitment, this King of Cauldrons and this Queen of Swords. Five of Cauldrons in reverse. The Shadow. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, the Divine Masculines. We've got Equilibrium, the overall in reverse, the overall bottom of the deck, and that's Temperance, Balance. So the Divine Masculines are realizing that some relationship situation, most likely karmic, because we've got the shadow here, which is the devil, and they're, you see they're chained to that. Realizing a karmic situation for what it is, and that it's out of balance, and they're getting out of it, and they're no longer feeling sad or regretful about having to do that, because they're realizing, even sometimes with the best of intentions, um, that can breed toxicity. Um, Sometimes we can, have, and this, I mean, this could go either way. This could be the karmics realizing this too. Um, like, depending on how the situation goes down with each situation. But I feel like definitely somebody is realizing that, and the reason I say it could be the karmic too is because you've got both a male and a female in this card. And so I feel like and this also though could be both energies. I think that sometimes when we repress internally, like a certain facet of ourselves, like if a masculine is repressing a feminine aspect of themselves, they feel the need to feel the need to fill that space that they're repressing with an external force, if that makes sense. So then that's when they reach for a karmic partner or situation to fill that void, because it won't be divine until it's balanced. That's when we step into our true divinity, is when we achieve that balance. I mean, inherently we're all divine, but we're all carrying karmic ties. And that was an interesting, I don't know, if you guys cut that, I don't care where the bug did. It's summertime and there's no screen over there, so let the bugs fly where they may. Anyway, so yeah, we fill F-I-L-L, those suppressed parts of us with external things, until we've purged all the karmic situations from ourselves and become balanced. But I feel like that's what is happening here with the divine masculines, because, and I do feel like it is the divine masculines, and they're both chained, and it could be the karmic in some situations. But you've got the divine masculine here, the King of Cauldrons, that I feel like he's coming into, even though this is a king, this is what I would consider more of the feminine, energetically, out of the kings. I feel like the wands and I feel like the wands and the cups maybe are more feminine. Definitely the cups. I'd have to think about that some more. But anyways, beside the point. This is like getting more in touch with your emotions and feeling solid in like self-love and being okay with what you feel, being able to admit how they feel, and not having any apologies about it. And like these two eyes, you see the eyes up there above the people, there's just two red eyes. It's like the divine masculine is seeing toxic, not only his own toxic behavior, but toxic behaviors around him. And like the masks are really coming off of other people. The veil really is getting super thin to where it's getting easier to notice people's bullshit and to pick up on people's lies. And that's for everybody, it's always been something empaths do just like that, it's natural. But it's getting to where it's more common for everybody because the veil is getting so much thinner. And so, um, they're starting to see their own bullshit. They're starting to see people in their environments bullshit. The bullshit stories we tell ourselves. Um, and really coming to terms with how that makes them feel, and where they're at in their own emotions, and what really does matter to them and what doesn't. So what other deck do I want to use? I'll use this one for some more clarifying. It's funny because this is not a deck I've ever actually used for divine masculine specific readings. It's my earth sign deck. But I always like it when my higher self or spirit or whatever, when it is something different, something, go ahead and use that deck that you don't never use for that, or whatever, or hang that picture there, or, just random little things. It's when we listen that it seems to make all the difference, and I'm starting to pick that up. Because I can tell by the messages that I got off of these cards and the cards themselves that had it been any one of my other decks, I may not have gotten those same messages, even with the same cards from those decks, because it's something about certain symbolisms that bring out certain things for me in my own subconscious. So it's not necessarily what the card itself means. It's like the whole ball of wax for me. And so this deck, specifically for this energy tonight, was the right deck. Anyway, it's funny because I look down so much at the cards that, and I'm so used to always having that light there, even when the screen was down, that I forget sometimes that I'm on camera when I'm making my faces or doing my little dances. I mean, not that I care if you guys were sitting here, right here with me. That's exactly what I would be doing, so it doesn't matter. And I feel like this is the karmic partner, and like there was a lot of expectations placed on the masculine in this situation, and so and that doesn't necessarily have to be like an intimate partner. That could definitely be a family member, family members, could be more than one. Like it could be just they all just expect too much, because I'm really getting this as like high expectations, and no longer wanting to adhere to those high expectations. And it's like this doesn't have, like, this is a contract in my opinion in the scenario, but it's like it could be like an ethereal contract, when their conscious mind wasn't conscious of, like, just playing out certain scenarios that we have to play out in order to get to that next level. Oh, I'm totally going down the rabbit hole. I'm going to end up trashing the whole video by doing that. And this is pretty good so far, so I don't want to do that. Because I will get going down the rabbit hole and then end up trashing the whole video. Ace of Cups. Three of Swords in reverse, yeah. Yeah, wanting a new start in love, not wanting to be a part of this contract, this commitment, whatever this is. Yeah, being done with that, getting control of their emotions, no more third party, with the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in the upright. They can't give to, the Page of Pentacles, that's all they could ever give to the karmic situation, whatever that may be. It'll never be anything substantial or more than that. And that goes back to, I can't remember if it was the fire sign or the air sign. But like, the situation won't escalate past a certain point. I don't mind if you guys see me make goofy faces or even say goofy things, but when I start going down the rabbit hole, I start saying a whole bunch of things that come straight out of my head that may or may not make sense to anybody else but me. So yeah, I trash a lot of videos for doing things like that because it's just my own line of thought. I was thinking earlier though, because I'll start some of these videos sometimes and it'll be something like goofy or something like that, since it's just beginning, I won't, I'll just start over. And I'm like, I need to make a bloopers reel. But I don't save those, or I would never have any space for anything. Seven of Cups. So they're finally seeing, they're not having any regrets about walking away because they're finally seeing maybe not only options for they're seeing a way out. I feel like they thought they may have been stuck in this situation, that like this was all they deserved. Maybe that could have been part of this devil energy, the shadow aspect of this relationship. Out there walking barefoot at the river, and now my feet stink. Okay, I was gonna say I just need one more card, man. Yep. Fool. And Two of Swords. Making a decision. Knowing that this situation's out of balance, knowing that it can never be, go past a certain level, wanting a new start in love after, this other relationship. And it's also a self-love. I feel like, the Divine Masculines are realizing that they can't feel guilty for realizing how they feel and acting on that. Because I feel like the second line is a lot of action towards like actually making moves. Although there's no wands. There's no wands here at all. But I feel like instead of, um, thinking from a passionate place, instead of thinking with their other heads, they're thinking with their emotions, and how they really feel, and not being in this denser, heavier, darker energy. It's more light. But yeah, I feel like they're finally also seeing not only a way out of this other situation, they're seeing a way forward for themselves, their entire, for their life, and like life with the divine feminine. Really kind of, but the Fool kind of says it all for me in this one, but I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the Wheel of Fortune or the World. But yeah, so that's what it is. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching my videos. And if you guys haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share. It all helps my channel, and YouTube's making new rules, so I need all the help I can get. And any information about services, readings, or whatever, all that's in the description box below, and including if you would like to make a donation. This is Angel of the Dawn, saying peace, love, and light out. Until next time.